It's a dream boat in anyone's language, and it's about to be launched in Britain. The Mirabella 5 is the world's biggest sloop, and it has a hull big enough, wide enough and deep enough to take several London buses. But this is the reality, a 75-metre composite yacht that will soon be fitted with mast more than 90 metres high. The final touches to the monster sloop is being carried out by shipbuilders at Southampton in Hampshire. Six staterooms, king-size bedrooms, ensuite bathrooms, satellite TV, cinema, gym and sauna are all included, and there will be a permanent crew of 12 to keep everything shipshape. It's the ultimate in luxury sailing and was created by British designer Ron Holland. Once finished, it will weigh 765 tons and under sail will be the most powerful yachting machine ever designed. Only the owner and the builders know the true cost of this project. When finished, the Mirabella 5 will be hired out for charters. The vessel has sailing and rigging proportions never before considered. A working jib of nearly 270 metres and a staysail of almost 105 metres. Needless to say, only those with the deepest pockets need apply.
And in further news from Britain, the Imperial War Museum in London has launched a major exhibition chronicling women's involvement in conflict from the First World War to the present day. Women and War is a groundbreaking multimedia exhibition and is the first of its kind, including artefacts from all over the world. Writer and broadcaster Kate Adie, who has covered conflicts around the world, supplied some of her precious belongings. Also attending was the first woman to land on the Normandy beaches on D-Day. Iris Bauer said that although no museum exhibition could ever convey the full reality of war, Women and War does give visitors a valuable insight into wartime life. Women and War is on at the museum until April 2004.
And from Russia comes a song contest with a difference. The contestants are prisoners, and the prize? Freedom. Vladimir Bazikin is preparing for his freedom song. At a music studio in Moscow, under the watchful eyes of a soldier from a special police unit, he was going through final rehearsals for a contest that may mean release from a prison sentence, if he wins. Bazikin is a convicted thief, a repeat offender serving a 9-year prison term and not due for release until 2005. But in a bizarre contest that has been given the green light by Russia's Ministry of Justice, convicted criminals are being given a chance to literally sing their way out of jail. The finalists were selected by music producers and prison officials from hundreds of hopefuls across Russia's large prison population. Bazikin is among 23 convicts, variously sentenced for murder, robbery, assault and drug possession, and now all vying for top honors in the song contest sponsored by the Russian government. The winner will receive a trophy and cash prize, but more importantly, prison officials say they will announce the release of several prisoner contestants from the stage of their gala concert. Budding pop stars they may be, but they first have to get out of jail. Vera Vereshchenina is another contestant in a country that has the largest prison population in the world, next to the United States. Ruslan Onufriev has just graduated from a music institute when he was convicted of murder. Now he hopes his song Winter Night will win him freedom and jumpstart his musical career. Russian Justice Ministry officials say that the contest may allow some prisoners to lead a normal life on the straight and narrow, but the generally held view is that those convicted of serious crimes are unlikely to be allowed to walk free in this way.
4-year-old Shuang and 3-year-old Lin Huai have got some adjusting to do. For the next 10 years, the two huge pandas, used to their home in Midwest China, will be living in tropical Thailand. Hundreds of excited locals gathered at the airport in the northern city of Chiang Mai to catch their first glimpse of the black and white bears, the first ever to live on Thai soil. Renamed Kamai, meaning firstborn son, and Kamaray, meaning firstborn daughter, the pandas are a goodwill loan from the Chinese government. They were welcomed as animal ambassadors by local Thai media. However, the people who crowded to cheer the pandas' arrival were disappointed, catching only a glimpse of them before they were whisked away for a 45-day quarantine and adjustment period. Despite being told that the pandas would not be on public view for a short while, many swarmed to the zoo anyway and set up vigil outside the bears' enclosure in the hopes of a peek at the furry animals that are unique to China. The Thai government has spent $1.2 million building a brand new enclosure for the bears, including state-of-the-art air conditioning to help them adjust to Thailand's steamy weather. Also included is a forest-like panda playground and a generous supply of their favourite snack, bamboo. Their keepers, who spent 2 months in China being trained on how to care for them, will be trying them on the Thai variety. General Lertrat Ratanavanich, chairman of the Thai Zoological Park organisation, was pleased to see the pandas arrive safely. His group had discovered several species of native bamboo for their special guests and was confident of shipments from China if necessary. Kamai and Kamaray are very special animals. The World Wildlife Fund estimates that there are only around 600 giant pandas still living in the wild in China.
Seagrass meadows are an important part of the world's ecology. They're found in coastal areas around the world and are home to a wide variety of marine wildlife. But because they're under the sea, little is known about them. Now a new global atlas has been launched to highlight their location to help preserve them against the ravages of man. They provide a natural habitat for many endangered species, but modern life is threatening their existence and ecologists are demanding action to save them. Seagrass meadows are breeding grounds for large numbers of fish. In some countries, especially developing nations, they are vital to the local economy. In Plymouth, on England's southwest coast, they've recently found a new seagrass meadow. It's home to some of the world's rarest seahorses. They use the seagrass to latch onto and to hide from predators. In coastal resorts like this, seagrass beds are often inadvertently destroyed, and there are calls for action to protect the seahorses as well. Beautiful, aren't they? Ecologists hope that now that seagrass meadows around the world have been identified, measures will be taken to ensure their survival as a habitat for rare species and a key part of the world's ecological system.
Sir Roger Moore visited Cambodia recently to promote the increased consumption of iodized salt to combat the threat of mental retardation and other disabilities caused by iodine deficiency. Sir Roger, who was knighted by Britain's Queen Elizabeth in recognition of his outstanding work as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, is known to most for his role as Her Majesty's Secret Service agent 007 James Bond. During his visit to Cambodia, Moore was in Kampot, the country's major salt-producing province, to discuss with salt producers the importance of increasing production and distribution of iodized salt. Iodine is an essential micronutrient that is necessary for the normal functioning and development of the brain and body. Children born in households where iodized salt is not consumed are at risk of developing mental and physical disabilities caused by iodine deficiency disorder. In Cambodia, it's estimated that less than 15% of households currently consume iodized salt, putting hundreds of thousands of children at risk of IDD. A nationwide survey in 1997 found that 12% of school children between the ages of 8 and 12 suffered from goiter, a swelling of the thyroid gland. And while the worst cases of IDD can cause severe mental retardation, such as cretinism, even mild iodine deficiency can result in a significant loss in learning ability. Where IDD is prevalent, it can lower the IQ of a population by as much as 13 points, with serious implications for a country's future human and economic development. In childhood, iodine deficiency can also result in speech and hearing defects, delayed motor development and impaired physical growth, and in women a higher risk of stillbirth and miscarriage. Sir Roger Moore was introduced to UNICEF by the actress Audrey Hepburn, another dedicated Goodwill Ambassador, and was appointed an ambassador himself in 1991. He has travelled extensively to support the activities of UNICEF national committees, which are responsible for fundraising and advocacy in industrialised countries around the world.
Catherine Hamnett, renowned for using her catwalk shows to deliver political and ethical points, put on a typically anti-establishment show for Fashion Week in a cramped nightclub in West London. The climax of the show was an appearance by supermodel Naomi Campbell, wearing a tiny body-hugging crop vest with "User condoms" stamped in diamante studs. The models all wore strappy, flat-soled sandals instead of the usual stilettos and showed a range of baggy white slogan t-shirts emblazoned with the words "Save Africa, Make Trade Fair" and "Save Africa, Use a Condom." Meanwhile, husband and wife design team Clements Ribeiro showed a relaxed spring-summer collection full of florals, polka dots and colourful stripes. For daytime, miniskirts, hot pants and tailored trousers were teamed with delicate floral blouses and loose vest tops. For evening, silk shift dresses and sequin skirts, cut to just above the knee, were glamorous yet still refined. Colours were red, white, lilac and various shades of pink. Metallic silvers and golds lent the collection a glamorous feel. The designer's trademark soft cashmere knits in bright stripes and bold patterns brought the Clements Ribeiro signature to the collection. Suzanne Clements and Inacia Ribeiro met at London's Central St Martin's College in the late 80s. Their label, set up in 1993, is considered to be at the forefront of directional British design. As well as their own label, they also designed for Cacharel, which is shown in Paris. Their clients include actresses Demi Moore, Gwyneth Paltrow, Michelle Pfeiffer and Cameron Diaz, and singer Madonna.
Over in New York in the United States, Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren unveiled their spring 2004 collections at the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, a semi-annual extravaganza. And the prediction? Next spring will be bright and sunny. Flowers will be out in full and women will be flirty and feminine. Bursting with florals and vivid splashes of colour, Hilfiger's collection was about good times and optimism. Describing the collection as a combination of preppy style with daring twists, Tommy Hilfiger combined bright colours with whites and juxtaposed prints with patterns. Hilfiger draws strength in his designs from music, and on this day his show featured a live band. The vibrant colour palette of the collection is all about music's emotional power. And appropriate to the theme, rap artist and fellow designer Sean Puff Daddy Combs was in attendance. Asked where the inspiration behind his collection came from, Hilfiger credited a mix, a blend of a melting pot of different sounds and different tastes from all over the world. In another taste of fashion to come, Ralph Lauren mixed candy-like tones of peach, fuchsia, lilac and kiwi green in a sporty line of halter dresses, short skirts with pleats and sleek gowns, inspired by the look of V-neck cable tennis sweaters. Lauren described his collection as the sexy side of athletics, using the vibrant palette of the tropics and the elegance of the new ingenue. Overall, critics said designers played it safe with their collections on display in New York. The city's Daily News summed up the clothes with the headline, "Beautiful but a bit boring," and complained there was nothing new on offer. In any case, looks were by and large feminine and frilly, with lace corsets at Tula and Diane von Furstenberg, ruffled skirts at Nicole Miller, floral chiffons at Marc Jacobs, and body-hugging gowns at Narciso Rodriguez.
Celio Oliveira works every day surrounded by bottles as the owner of a bar in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, yet he never imagined they would someday become the walls and furniture of his house. Oliveira's construction efforts began several years ago when he started picking up bottles from the beach in an effort to help clean Mahe Beach in Rio. He first thought about building a wall in his bar, but soon realized he had so many bottles he could build an entire house. The building, which is located near Oliveira's bar, contains some 10,000 plastic bottles and include a living room, bedroom and a small kitchen. As the idea developed, Oliveira was able to recruit poor children in the area who became part of the recycling project. The children of the area have taken the project on as if their lives depended on it. The children all realized that their beach cleaning would lead to a much healthier environment for everyone. In exchange for disposable bottles, Oliveira gives the children food, clothes and shelter, and he hopes a good lesson in protecting the environment. For Celia Oliveira, the bottle collecting is a form of citizenship, and that in itself is a form of politics. For him, the best way to show citizenship is not to deforest the land and not to hunt birds. And the best way to learn that is from the earliest possible age. And his work speaks for itself. Oliveira has been so successful in his project that a school has commissioned him to build another plastic bottle house.
And from the land down under, an heroic kangaroo has saved an Australian farmer from a falling branch. Lulu the kangaroo was hailed a hero recently for saving an unconscious farmer by alerting the man's wife and leading her to where he lay trapped. Farmer Leonard Richards was checking for storm damage on his property near Melbourne when the accident occurred. In a story reminiscent of the long-running Australian children's television series Skippy, in which a pet kangaroo rescued people in distress, the kangaroo began barking until Richards' wife Lynn came to investigate. She found her husband lying unconscious, guarded by the kangaroo. The RSPCA has called for Lulu to be nominated for its annual National Bravery Award.
British entrepreneur Sir Richard Branson is behind a solo attempt to fly around the world in 80 hours without refueling. A new craft is being built made of composite materials and will be piloted by fellow adventurer Steve Fossett, hopefully next year. Sir Richard and Steve Fossett are no strangers to adventure. They were partners in the Virgin Atlantic boss's last global ballooning record attempt. Now they've announced plans to attempt a new record using the latest technology and pioneering aviation for the future. The solo flight will be made in Global Flyer, a new slim aircraft that burns less fuel per kilometre than a Mini Cooper. It weighs just over 10,000 kilograms with a wingspan of more than 34 metres. If successful, it could form the basis for a more fuel-efficient commercial aircraft. Global Flyer will be expected to use only 9 tonnes of fuel on its voyage, far less than the 1,500 tonnes used by most planes flying on a similar journey today. Steve will be the pilot. He already holds a number of round-the-world flight records and believes this experience will be invaluable, and that Global Flyer will have a significant impact on the aviation world. Sir Richard hopes to be the reserve pilot on an adventure that could become one of the greatest achievements aviation has ever seen.
And in more aviation news, the Concorde has just retired from service. For more than 25 years, Concorde has been flying the flag for Britain as the world's first commercial supersonic jet. It changed air travel forever and cut the time of transatlantic flights in half. Its design and development as a commercial venture revolutionised the airline industry. And although Concorde has always been at the cutting edge of flight technology, the cost of maintaining the fleet means it's the end of an era for a piece of aviation history. Over 3 decades, tens of thousands of passengers flew at the speed of sound in the height of luxury. It was a plane with a distinctive nose at the cutting edge of technology. In spite of its success, Concorde needs to be refurbished at a cost of around $500 million, an uneconomic figure. But as Concorde prepared for its last fee-paying flight for British Airways, its future may not be completely finished. Some aircraft museums want to acquire the planes, and one independent airline owner hopes to buy the fleet and somehow still run a supersonic service.
Welcome to the island where you can discover the most unforgettable holiday of your lifetime. From exciting marine sports to a relaxing spa, Phuket in Thailand offers much more than any typical travel destination. There's something for everyone, but if it's relaxation you want, then there's nothing better than a traditional Thai massage in the comfort of your own room. pure white beaches and crystal clear blue ocean fulfill your expectations of Phuket at every turn. Yet each beach has its own atmosphere. There are many outdoor and sporting activities available such as scuba diving, snorkeling, parasailing and many more to suit all needs. The combination of powdery sand, Pacific Sea, blue sky and great variety of shopping and entertainment cannot fail to please. And the local food is just superb. After a long day canoeing or just relaxing, the internationally famous cuisine will leave you hungry for more. And it's not all chili hot. Harmony is the guiding principle behind each Thai dish. So as you can see, Phuket provides an excellent travelling environment for everyone. It's just perfect.
National Apple Day in Britain has been celebrating the success and the value of one of Britain's most well-known fruit products, the English apple. The Royal Horticultural Society and a leading organisation that promotes responsible farming with the environment have combined to promote the fruit as a necessary addition to healthy living. Over 700 varieties of apple are grown at the RHS Centre. They've teamed up with Leaf, an organisation that encourages farmers to work in harmony with the environment. The Leaf sign of approval will now be seen on apples grown to the best environmental standards. The oldest apple the RHS produces goes back 2,000 years to Roman Britain. This new venture aims to show consumers how diverse a range of taste is on offer when you bite into an apple. The Leaf organisation supports farmers not only in Britain but increasingly around the world. It helps create practical guidelines for integrated farming, showing how development can go hand in hand with environmental care. And the search for new varieties never ends. Sometimes a new taste emerges by design, but chance can also play its part. However the latest varieties are produced, the apple will remain one of the glories of the British garden and an essential ingredient to a daily diet.
And finally, 11 British crews are among 16 teams attempting a new world record to row across the Atlantic. The 2003 Atlantic Rowing Challenge set off from the Canary Islands recently. Their next point of call, pending good weather and a fair wind, will be Barbados. The two-person crews from Britain, South Africa, New Zealand, France and Barbados were given a noisy send-off at the start of their grueling competition. The present record for the journey is 41 days. The youngest crew in the race, Britain's Andrew Vinson, aged 24, and Alistair McGregor, aged 26, say they are finely tuned and have worked out what they believe to be a winning routine for keeping up their calorie intake during the mammoth row.